Good afternoon, my friends. It's your boy Banner, and it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Trinidad and Tobago. The sun is out, the skies are blue, and to all my people who suffering with this cold front, cold weather, snow, I'm sending some sunshine your way. Yeah? As a friend to a friend. Well, let's see. Anyways, my friends, today I'm going to tackle this Buxofolia, right, or wild coffee, as they call it. What I'm going to do is some pruning back, and as you can see, as the breeze is blowing it, it is not very stable. The root system on this is not very good. This is a very old tree, and it has decayed quite a lot, and I am hoping that it survives. It continues to survive, you know. But as you can see, I've lost a few branches well, right? And we have this little thing remaining, which to me speaks to the age of the material, you know. It talks quite a bit to the age of the material, and as it is going down in age, what tends to happen. The only thing, however, as I mentioned, well, I didn't mention this, but I am a bit worried about the root system and the fact that it has one main root or one part of the trunk that is going down that has developed roots. So I'm going to bring you in closer to show you that. Then we're going to take a look at the tree, and then we're going to get to work. What is it? Yeah? Let me just go. So as I'm holding the camera, I'm bringing it in very close to see what is happening here. This, as you can see as I raise it, is quite free. And the only thing that is holding on is this part of the trunk here. You could see that space between there. And this is all that is holding on. I don't know if this will develop more roots. It feels as though it is decaying. It is rotting away, you know, and that's a little bit worrying. I don't know, I probably could scar it, apply a bit of rooting hormone, raise the soil level, and see if anything happens from there, you know. But that is the situation where this trunk is concerned. And when you're looking at the top of the tree, coming up to the top, I had to remove some dead bits, hoping that they would backbud, and nothing has happened. No backbudding. These are some new shoots. This is an old one. You could see the difference between the new and the old. Look at the texture on the bark, you know, for comparison. And this old trunk line is the only living old guy that is happening here. And then this new guy to the bottom has some stuff. So my intention right now is to prune this back and see if I could get this to backbud, bringing the growth in a bit more compacted and keep this thing alive, because it's a nice piece of old material, real nice piece of old material. So that's the happenings. Let me see how this goes. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to try to prune back the existing growth. As you can see, we have some long extending bits to try to create a more compacted piece of growth going on here. What I'm also going to do is to prune away some dead items, because we have well, this branch is not dead, So I'm going to prune away what has died back to living tissue to see if anything will sprout from it. And most of them seems to be quite alive. So I don't know. Maybe I need to change its location as it is not getting as much sun as it probably needs. That could probably be one of the reasons why a lot of these branches don't have living growth. You know, so yeah, that is probably an issue. So what I'm going to tackle first, I think I may tackle the top coming down. What I could do is to give it overall haircut and then go in for a more detailed cut. I think that is what I will do. So I'm going to give it an overall haircut and then go in for a more detailed detailed cut. So as you're looking at it, I am looking at this branch here, and this is the identified front for it. All of the dead wood is basically at the back, and the living growth, the living bits are to the front. So I'm looking at what is happening in front of my face here, and this is going to be a lot of, according to Nigel, this is going to be a lot of Hail Mary stuff happening here, because I don't want to take too much. Now I'm wondering if this branch makes sense. It would have made more sense if it was going this way, but as it is coming a little bit towards the audience, it's okay. It's not straight at you. But what I can do is prune to where it veers off. So like this branch here, I can remove this branch, but then it'll have these two parallel running branches, which not so nice. And this is one that has some nice movement. Or I could prune this back, which I just did, and hope for something. Let's see if something develops from that point. Yeah? Let's see if something develops from that point. So this is that. This branch here is taken care of. We're going to come along. We're going to remove this that is under here. We have this branch and it extends quite a bit. All of the growth has extended quite a lot. So I'm going to take it back. And that is what I feel I'm going to do. I am going to take a chance with this tree. I'm going to take all the growth back, hoping that something new comes out. If nothing new comes out and I kill the tree, I am really very sorry for killing the tree. I do humbly apologize, but some of this growth is just way too far off. Way too far out without any taper or any kind of character. So I'm going to take this back to this point here, drawing that back. I'm leaving this branch under here, something like a fail safe, right? As I go up, you see the branch comes up and it comes over here, which is nice. This is a bit of movement, and then it comes up and goes up into this branch up here, which is not so nice. It would have been nice to have had some kind of separation between the two. You know, something like that. And I guess it can do that Gonna take that away. But what I need to do is to pick between, there are 3 branches here. And let me change the angle. Can you see this? Let me see, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 branches there that are almost at the same junction. So, this one, unfortunately, this is the guy that is going up into the branch above it. If I remove that, it's still going up because this is the culprit here. So we're going to prune this back to this point here. And with the hopes that something comes out from this point here. So now I have this branch and this one. And there is nothing coming from either of them. And they're a bit long. So I think I'm going to take this one out, as this one is in a junction. It's in a crease. So I'm going to take him out. And I'm going to prune this back. Taking that back to that point there. Let's see how, if anything develops from that point. So we kind of clearing some space between. Now this is a little bit, as I said, I'm hoping for something to come out from this point here, where there are buds or points where new growth could start happening. But if the new growth takes off this way, then no. All right. Now we have this branch coming up here, straight, and then it makes some kind of moves. And what we have is this branch from the older guy coming down into this space. So I am wondering if I need to maintain these 2. So I bring it a little bit more into focus for you. I'm wondering if I need to maintain these 2. Because what is happening here is that this is a particular thickness. And then this part here is thicker. If I'm looking at it, there's a thickness here at this junction that is bigger than this. And I'm wondering if less is more in this particular instance. All right, while I'm contemplating that, I'm going to tackle this branch that is long and straight. I'm going to cut this back quite here, removing that. So it brings this back down quite a bit. And I'm wondering, really wondering, folks, really and truly wondering. I want to remove this going up. And this is also very long. So we're going to cut this back. There's something coming over. I'm going to take this off. Cut this back here. Right. Let me see. This, I don't like how this looking, you know. Let me see how this looks for you all. The distance between here and here is so very long. It looks very odd. Very, very, very odd. But to be very honest, my friends, I am so very hesitant to take this because the tree is already so very little. But for the benefit of tree and the growth and what could be envisioned in the future, I am going to remove half of this, and let's see. I'm not going to take back everything. I'm just going to cut it back to about here, and let's see if anything develops. This is a big. Actually, no. Correction. I'm going to leave this for now, and I'm going to take this back, shortening this here. So it has cleared up this space quite a bit. And I want to see if anything develops. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back a little bit further. This is where the chance, I'm going to take the chance. And I'm going to go back. Now there's a dead branch in the back here that is running parallel to this. I could probably remove this dead branch. Or I could probably remove this, and the dead branch will occupy the space. That's a thought. That is a thought. I will come back to it. Yeah, I will come back to it. So I'm moving on quick fast to the upper part. So I have, and I need to make sure that you guys are seeing. What we have happening here is a lot of guys without any kind of foliage. As you can see, there is nothing on this side. Everything is on. Whew, boy. Okay, so let me know what you think in the comments. This is what I did. This is what I did. I do not know if this, I want to believe, let me not say I do not know. I want to believe that this is a step forward for the tree once it survives. And I am saying that it will survive. I believe that this is a step forward. And again, as everything else that I've been saying within the past couple of videos that I've been doing, is that more attention, more pruning, more attention, which would mean more pruning and more work to the trees, is needed. You know, I was lost for words there for a second. It is needed. However, as I would have mentioned before, it's a battle. It is a battle managing life and everything that happens within it, you know. But this is what I have done. It is sparse, to say the least. I really wish all of these older trunks were active and giving growth. I mean, they look beautiful as dead trunks, but I wish they were active, to be honest. Did I do the best by this tree? I believe I did. I would love to know what you think in the comments. If there is anything that I missed or could do differently or could have done differently, I appreciate it. I would appreciate it, you know, because it's all a learning process. Anyways, that is it. You know, I'm doing I decided to film this, but I'm doing some work in the background. And yeah. So, as I usually say, my friends, be good to yourself. Be good to others. Treat people how you want to be treated. And remember that our climate is our responsibility. We have an opportunity to change it for the better. If not for ourselves, let's do it for the future generations. Yeah? Like, subscribe, my friends, share, comment. Love the comments. Click that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And on that note, I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.